We need more women leaders in the world for obvious reasons, and there weren't many of us. It's a challenge that we all agree needs to be addressed. And I've been on a journey where I desired to be in a leadership position so I could increase my influence and my impact. And so I want to take other women on that journey using the skills and experiences that I personally had to move them along that path.
Are you encouraged by some recent developments of, leadership of women? You have here in the United States a woman vice president for the very first time, the World Trade Organization, WTO. And then, of course, you've also had presidents in Africa and in high leadership positions as well. Would you say those are starting to show the possibilities of women? And how do you integrate that now into your coaching?
It's giving women hope. And it's important. The other aspect that's really important when it comes to leadership is when women see representation. When they see somebody like them occupying the spaces that they themselves desire to occupy, it inspires them and it shows them what is possible.
Several reasons why women fear leadership or even stepping up when it comes down to leading and being in control or being in a position of power. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
First and foremost, it's difficult for somebody to fully step out as themselves when they don't understand their purpose. So it's actually important that women understand and become clear about the change that they want to make, about the reason why they're here, because it is that purpose that gives them the strength to get up when they fall. Without the purpose, it's very difficult to accept, failure as feedback and try again. And the other thing as well is networks of support are very, very important. Mm-hmm. Like that sisterhood, which I believe should be global, is really needed to support women that want to step up into leadership positions, because it can be very lonely up there. So when you have a tribe of sisters that can support you in the different areas that you need support, then you're actually able to succeed in the goals that you seek for yourself.
What encourages you about what you're seeing in terms of how women are showing up?
I'm encouraged by the fact that we have some men that are becoming allies for women's rights and women's empowerment. That encourages me a lot, because when that shift begins to happen, then there's a possibility of influencing other men to jump on board with the idea of supporting women. Personally, what has been inspiring me is the vision of a world that I want my daughter to live in when she becomes a woman. Mm-hmm. And so I'm asking myself, what can I do now? What contribution can I make to make sure that that world becomes a reality, so that my daughter and all the other young girls in the world that are growing up will have a better world that respects their rights and sees them as equal human beings. I want to see women being more confident in who they are. They already have what it takes. They just need to believe in themselves that they can actually create and make the difference that they want to make. Ultimately, that is where it starts. It begins with you becoming the person and owning the identity of the individual who can then create the change and influence that you want to have.